the secret to getting bank-owned properties. My name is Russell Enyart, and today we're going to talk about the secret to getting bank-owned properties. Don't forget to stay to the end where I talk about the real work that will actually help you get bank-owned property. There's a lot to it, and I'm going to reveal big secrets that all of my associates in the bank-owned industry are not going to want me to share. Also, please make sure you download the resource guide below on bank-owned properties. Lastly, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that little bell right there. Again, I don't know why it's important, but I keep being told that it's important to click that bell so you can get future videos just like this one. The first step to getting bank-owned properties is to make sure that you're signed up on all of the correct platforms. The first one I would sign up with is Equator. Equator is a paid platform, but it's well worth it. There's also some advertising on there that you could do. I don't recommend the advertising at first. You just want to get signed up. The next one is Pyramid Platform. Pyramid Platform is great. All of the big REO companies know about it or are using it, and it'll be good for you to be on that one. The next one is Lighthouse Real Estate Solutions, or LRES. Another one is Accelerus. And the last one that you should sign up for is res.net. There are a bunch more, but these are the key 5 that I would sign up with to get started. Step number 2 is to do a number of BPOs, or they're known as broker price opinions. These are key in doing bank-owned properties. They're going to expect that you know how to do them. In my opinion, they take forever and they're definitely not worth it as far as what you get paid, but you're going to need to know how to do them. Also, when you do them, make sure you do a thorough job. Answer all the questions, fill in all of the sections. The banks will appreciate it, and your chance of getting listings goes through the roof. Now, don't expect that you're going to get the listing of every BPO that you do. However, you need to be educated in these. You need to understand how to do these before you start doing bank-owned listings. I will help you here, and I'll give you 3 that are very active right now. There are a number of BPO companies out there, and you can get a much larger list if you download the resource guide that I talked about earlier. But here are 3 key ones that I know are active right now. Number 1 is REOnetwork.com. They're very active right now. The next one is USRES, or US Real Estate Services. And the last one is Asset Valuation and Management. They are sending me BPO requests regularly. Again, these are 3 that you can do, and there's a bunch more out there. BPOs are extremely important to getting bank-owned properties. All right, number 3, the third thing that I would do if you're trying to get bank-owned properties is to join the 2 big associations that are out there. One was REO Mac, but they just changed their name to the National Association of Default Professionals, NADP, and the other one is NRBA, National REO Brokers Association. Once you join these different associations, the key is to attend all of their online trainings and their events. When you start rubbing elbows with all of the folks that are in bank-owned properties, your chance of getting them goes way up. You form some relationships with asset managers, service providers, and again, these key relationships will help you land bank-owned properties. Okay, steps 1 through 3, established a foundation. Now you're actually going to have to go find these properties. They don't just come rolling in. You need to go out and find them yourself. There's a couple of services out there that I highly recommend. One is Property Shark. That is outstanding. The one that I use is Property Radar. However, you're going to have to find one that works in your area. There's a number of different ways that properties can be foreclosed upon and end up as bank-owned properties, and we'll go through that next when it's get to work. But step 4 is to find a service provider that will give you the information on distressed properties. Again, I recommend Property Shark or Property Radar. If those 2 are not in your area, then you're going to need to track one down that is. That's the information that you're going to need to find bank-owned properties. All right, now that we've reviewed the first 4 steps on how to get bank-owned properties, establishing a foundation, actually getting a resource to find the foreclosed or bank-owned properties, now we're going to talk about rolling up your sleeves and getting to work. This is what I talked about at the beginning of the video. This is the secret you're going to want to know. First, I would partner with one of your local title companies to make sure that you can get the documents that you're going to need to do some of this foreclosure gold mining or bank-owned property gold mining. Next, there's 2 different types of states. There's a mortgage state and a deed of trust state. I'm in the state of California, which is a deed of trust state, and I'm going to walk through the particulars of this state. If you want to find out more about your state, please go to NOLO, NOLO.com. This is an excellent resource to help you find out what foreclosures and bank-owned properties look like in your state. So here in the state of California, foreclosures go through a 3-step process. It's important for you to know all 3 steps. Also, if you're super aggressive, you can get listings or what are called distressed properties before they become bank-owned properties. The first step in the state of California is called the notice of default stage. Generally speaking, your bank or the bank that has the deed of trust on the property has to wait approximately 120 days after the borrower defaults to file the notice of default. This notice of default warns the borrower or the homeowner that, hey, your property is in foreclosure. At this point, as you would imagine, that homeowner is highly motivated to do something. The key is this: once that notice of default is filed, the bank basically leaves that borrower or that homeowner alone for 90 days. That's a notice of default stage, or a 90-day period where there is an opportunity to make a deal with the owner. And I believe that the owner will be highly motivated to get something done. The next thing that happens is we move into what's called the notice of trustee sale stage. This is a 21-day period, or a 7-day advertising period where the bank has to work directly with a trustee, which is a third party, that notifies the homeowner, borrower, that their house is going to be sold at auction in 21 days. Guess what? If they weren't motivated before, when this notice gets posted on their door, they are extremely motivated to get something done. Again, the first 2 stages are the notice of default stage and the trustee sale stage. This is about a 111-day process, give or take, depending upon holidays, weekends, that type of thing. Most properties get something solved within that first 111 days. However, if the homeowner borrower doesn't do anything in the first 90 days, which is notice of default, and doesn't do anything in the 21-day advertising period for notice of trustee sale, the property actually goes to auction at the courthouse steps or at the office of the trustee. At that point, lots of folks can come with cashier's checks and actually bid on the property to purchase it. A lot of properties get purchased by third parties at these sales. However, if the property is bought by no one, then it becomes what's called an REO property. And in the state of California, the borrower is now no longer the owner of the home. The lender is the owner of the home. The trustee conducted the sale, and the trustee then gives to the lender a deed called a trustee's deed. This is where that relationship with the title company comes in handy. You want to make sure that you partner with that title company and they send you all trustees' deeds that are recorded. Now you're going to find this information in either Property Shark or Property Radar, which we reviewed in step 4. Once you get all of these trustees' deeds into your email from your title company, you're going to want to do what's called reverse engineer that trustees' deed. And what we're looking for is asset managers. Asset managers are the keys to listings, but it's also very important that you are just going after asset managers that have properties in your area, and that again is why we're following these trustee sales, looking for these trustees' deeds from the title company, and then reverse engineering. I'm going to put up on the board right now a trustees' deed. If you look at the upper left-hand corner of the trustees' deed, you're going to see information where it says mail to. That's your gold mining right there. Where we're mailing that trustee's deed to, that is who controls this asset. Now, this is not an easy process. However, if you do enough hard research and work on tracking down who that is mailed to, you will oftentimes find the asset manager, and if you're proactive, the chances of you getting that listing goes way up. Again, these are not easy processes, but this is the secret to landing more REO listings. Reverse engineering the trustees' deeds that you're receiving from your title company. Again, look at the upper left-hand corner where it says mail to, and then try to track down the asset manager information from there. And that is the secret to getting bank-owned properties. My peers are not gonna like me for sharing all of that. Again, if you like this video today, please click on the like, share, and subscribe button right here. The bell is the subscribe. Also, we have more content. If you like today's video, I'm sure you'll like the 2 right here. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Russell Enyart, and we'll catch you next time.